You know what happened to Cybil Alinda after the events of Tactics Ogre Night of Lodis? In this video, we will analyze the story of this important character in Tactics Ogre and trace her possible fate in the series. Cybil's tragic story begins in her childhood. Born and raised in the city of Bleat on the island of Ovis, she witnessed the invasion of her hometown by the Holy Lodisian Empire in its campaign of expansion and domination 15 years before the start of the game. To intimidate the rest of the island into giving up and surrendering to the Empire, Lodis massacred and completely destroyed the city in an event that became known as the Reformation. On that day, Cybil saw her parents die and was separated from her younger sister, who was later revealed to be Eleanor Olato. In the midst of the massacre, Eleanor was discovered by a mermaid and taken away for protection. Cybil was found by a group called the Hand of the Pope, a secret organization within Lodis that aimed to turn the Pope Sardian into the ultimate authority of the Empire. To do so, this group was sent in secret to search for magical relics and artifacts of power around the world. The members of the organization had a tattooed mark on their hands. This organization was probably infiltrated in all of Lodis' domination expeditions in order to find these items before the Knights and to recruit war orphans. In Ovis, they found this 6-year-old child and decided to take her to the continent to become a member of the Hand of the Pope. Cybil is taken and prepared for the task, being trained and developing mainly in magical arts. Now, at the age of 21, Cybil Alinda is sent along with another member of the organization, the ninja Shivan Verde, back to the island of Lodis in order to find the Longicolni Spear, a powerful mystical artifact that haunted the region's legends. On the island, she seeks more information about the location of the weapon. She saves Alphonse Lower from death and orders him to obtain this information in exchange. Alphonse informs her of the involvement of the mermaids with the weapon, and they form an alliance to find the item. As a commander, Cybil is marked by her strong temperament and focus on her objectives above all else. Also on the island, Cybil discovers that Eleanor is her sister but keeps this fact hidden from everyone else. She witnesses her sister sacrificing herself to save everyone from the divine threat, and in the end, it is Alphonse who will take the Longicolni Spear to the Pope. Cybil decides to flee and hide on the continent, accompanied by Shivan on this journey. After this last appearance, these two characters are no longer seen in any subsequent game in the series or even mentioned, so it is up to us fans to fill in the gaps of this character's future. In my opinion, I see two possible destinies. In what I consider a good ending, Cybil and Shivan successfully fled and hid throughout the continent, not being located later. Remember that they belonged to the Hand of the Pope, a secret organization within the church that sought to carry out an internal coup and engaged in espionage and sabotage, so there would be a great interest in locating them to avoid any risk that this information would be exposed. If they are still alive, in Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together, Cybil Alinda would be 44 years old. Now, in what would be a tragic ending for the character, we can raise some hypotheses. The event that would occur after Night of Lodis and change the history of the Empire is the Church successfully carrying out a coup and placing Pope Sardian as the supreme ruler. Lancelot Tartharus and the small elite group of the Dark Knight Loslorian are essential for this to happen. As a result, they become the strongest and most feared group under the Pope, responsible for espionage, searching for mystical artifacts, and, most importantly, assassinations. The old group responsible for these activities, the Hand of the Pope, is no longer mentioned in the games, so they may have been relocated to the Dark Knights. Or, as I believe, the Dark Knights are another completely separate organization, and Sardian must have ordered them to kill and disappear with all of the Hand of the Pope to prevent any information about their actions, objectives, and involvement in the coup in the Empire from spreading to the general population. We also have records that Lodis is not known to tolerate traitors or those of little trust, so it is possible that Tartarus himself may have been sent by Sardian to find Cybil as a test of his loyalty. In this version of the story, Cybil meets her end at the hands of the young man she met in Ovis a few years ago. And that is why she will not be mentioned again in Ogre Battle. A person to be forgotten, surviving through her teachings and strong temperament in her former battle companion, Alphonse. That's what I believe may have happened. Do you have any other theory about the whereabouts of this character? Write in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We also accept donations to the Zenobian Relief Fund below, in case you want to contribute to the channel. Thank you and see you next time with more videos from the Ogre Battle Saga.